The Typhoon Koinu, in the past 2 days, affected Hong Kong. The SAR government was on full alert, aiming to reduce the impact of the typhoon and to help society resume normalcy after the typhoon. Policy Bureau and departments, starting from last week, made advanced preparations. Everyone stuck to their stations to do their job during the typhoon um, days. We have consolidated our experience of Typhoon Solar as well as the unprecedented amount of rainfall. We have increased the frequency of dissemination of information. We provide the latest information about forecast of typhoon signals and rainstorm signals. When T8 was hoisted, information in the form of audio-visual format was provided as soon as possible about possible floods. The observatory every hour provide information on the typhoon and also disseminated updates as necessary. When T8 changed to T9, there were some views. The observatory did their best. The prediction system and the mechanisms in place are of an international standard, but it's about the weather, so there are limitations. When T9 was hoisted, the MTR announced that open-air sections of the railway would be suspended. Some visitors or travelers were stranded. I asked the Transport and Logistics Bureau, the Airport Authority, as well as the MTR to work out plans to help travelers leave. Now I move on to a cooperation with ASEAN. The government's working at full steam to promote economic development. We forge external and regional cooperations. Yesterday, I met with the Prime Minister of Thailand, Mr. Thavisin. I thanked him for visiting Hong Kong and thanked him for visiting Hong Kong among as one of the places that he visited after he's been elected. We are confident that there has been good and close economic and trade relations with Thailand, and we will continue to forge further cooperations with Thailand. We have a close relationship with Thailand, and ASEAN is the second largest trade partner. We have signed FTAs with ASEAN. Under T8, there was an ASEAN summit organized in Hong Kong. A number of trade leaders and government officials from ASEAN countries attended the summit. Some attended online, some attended physically. It was very active participation that we have seen. Hong Kong will continue to leverage on our strength that with our proximity to the mainland and close ties with the rest of the world. Hong Kong is an international city. We will continue to work to strengthen international relations and our work on investment and trade with ASEAN countries so that we can create more opportunities. And in relation to the regional comprehensive cooperation, I'm glad that agreements have been signed, and I hope that initiatives will be implemented as soon as possible. Next, I move on to the Hangzhou Asian Games. There was a closing ceremony the day before yesterday. The Hong Kong delegation obtained 8 gold, 16 silver, and 29 bronze medals, altogether 53 medals. It has surpassed any achievements made in previous Asian Games. I'm proud of our athletes. Some athletes was very close to getting a medal. They have done their best. They have surpassed their own achievements. The Hong Kong team, Hong Kong delegation, has shown their professionalism. It's shown that they have put in arduous efforts in their training, and it also shows that Hong Kong government has put in a lot of resources to train them. On the 14th of October, there will be homecoming celebrations to welcome the Hong Kong delegation.
The floor is now open to questions. If you would like to put a question, please put up your hand. When it's your turn, please first tell us about your media outlet, and please ask no more than 2 questions each time. On the left, the lady in black. I'm from cable TV. About Israeli-Palestinian conflict, has the government found whether there are Hong Kong residents there, how they're doing? Will there be government help? Will there be travel alert? For T9, on Sunday, the Hong Kong Observatory hoisted the T9, but the notice period was only 15 minutes. Many people were stranded at the MTR stations at the airport. How would you comment on the performance? Why wasn't there evacuation? Does it point to a problem with the system? Would there be arrangements to have publicly funded transport to evacuate people in the future? First, on the conflict between Israel and Palestine. Now we have issued this red travel alert for Israel. We received 28 requests for assistance from Israel. 5 have returned to Hong Kong. For 15 cases, they have already left Israel. For the rest, we are in touch with them. Based on their need, we provide suitable arrangements. We will keep an eye on the developments there. We will also work with the local staff there. On T9, the HKO puts in the work, but no matter how well they do, the typhoon, especially with Koinu, it has evolved rapidly. The HKO tries to give advance notice. Where technologically possible, the HKO tries to give advance notice. In the news, you will see that there are limitations with the current technology. There were many uncertainties in how Koinu evolved. The HKO did their best. We can always do better. We can learn from our experience with the advanced warning system. We can also look for other possibilities in the current technology. The HKO will continue to work on this. We also need to have this mindset. We seldom had the typhoon signal going from T8 to T9. We had T9 during Sauler, but T9 was relatively rare. People should stay alert. After the T8 signal went up, 2 hours later, the HKO said, based on the developments, there will be a chance for a higher typhoon signal. In disseminating information, the earlier the information goes out, the better. But there are also limitations with the technology. On public transport, many travelers and local residents were stranded. This is not ideal. That's why I asked the Transport and Logistics Bureau to work with the MTR Corporation, the Airport Authority, and the Transport Trade to look into ways to do better on this. I've asked them to review this soon. Next question. On the right, at the front, the gentleman.
This is from South China Morning Post. Also on the Typhoon Signal number 9, there were, apart from the lack of MTR services, there were taxis that were overcharging, apparently not legally. And there are reports that the government had actually planned to arrange tourist coaches to send these airport passengers out of the airport, but they refused that request. So were that, without, of course, there were no contingency plans, but do you felt that maybe the transport sector were not very responsive to that emergency situation? Also, on the Hong Kong Youth Council, they have initiated this task force to look into the accusations against the Vice Chancellor. And are you confident in that outcome, that they can handle this matter themselves without hurting the reputation, given that the council, there was obviously quite a bit of tension within it? Thank you.
Well, in regard to the transportation problem that has arisen in the recent incident when Typhoon Signal number 8 was raised to number 9, I have already indicated that we will have to look at the situation and think of a better way of handling it. Obviously, based on past experience, MTRC has a contingency plan in regard to what should happen and what should not happen during Typhoon number 9. I have asked the Transport and Logistics Bureau to examine this together with MTRC and also Airport Authority, as well as the transportation sector. What I hope to achieve is a contingency plan which will deal with extreme situation involving need for emergency transportation. I shall ask TLB to look at this very quickly so that we will have a contingency plan to deal with that. As regard the investigation that will be conducted by the Hong Kong University in relation to allegations against the Vice Chancellor, I think it is important for people to know that it will be in everybody's interest that we'll do a thorough investigation that will be based on facts. And the whole matter should be handled in a fair and impartial manner. And I trust that if anything that is done based on facts, then self-speculation or otherwise accusations which are based on individual feelings will not help the whole matter. I have confidence that the Hong Kong University can deal with this matter as internal university management matter. And I know that there will be an independent investigation to be conducted by a team as appointed by the council. And this team must do their investigation based on facts. And facts are facts. Facts means that there will be evidence to support what has been found out to what has happened. I trust that the investigation will come up with all these facts so that there will be a good conclusion of what really has happened.
We're almost out of time, so we will take the last question on the right at the back, the lady. I'm from Now TV. A question about Hong Kong U. You were responding to an English question. You said you were confident that Hong Kong U can deal with the issue on their own. Hong Kong U is a prestigious school. Is the government worried that this incident may affect outside perceptions of Hong Kong's universities? How will you ask Hong Kong U to follow up on the matter? Now, on the nominations for district council elections, for the district committee constituencies, Chief Executive, do you see there's a need to make public the contact details of the district committee members? And will there be voting stations at the boundary control points this year?
Regarding the complaints against the Vice Chancellor of the Hong Kong U, the most appropriate approach is to conduct a fair and transparent investigation based on facts. That means it will not touch on speculations or personal feelings. Everything has to be supported by evidence. The Hong Kong U has formed a panel to handle the investigation. I think it is a suitable course of action. The investigation will be conducted in a fair manner based on facts. It's better that the matter is dealt with swiftly, and it is also better that we do not speculate and allow the panel to conduct an investigation based on evidence in a fair manner. Speculations and accusations made in the public domain will not help matters. About the district council election, the name member list of district committees is in the public domain. Prospective candidates know that they need to do their best to try to get nominations. The secretariat of the district committees, that is, the district offices, have already said that they would relate requests to members of the district committees about contact. And about 100 of these referrals have already been dealt with. And as to whether members of the district committee will give their nomination to an individual prospective candidate is the decision of the members themselves. If you would like to stand in the election, you need to show that you deserve the nomination. It's part of the election electioneering process. Assistance has been provided to these prospective candidates to reach members of the district committees to get nominations. That's the end of the press conference. Thank you.